Satnam and Namaste. Thank you for joining me this gathering. If you're new here, welcome. I would love to share with you a divination from Alana Fairchild's Isis Oracle deck and the divination that I've pulled for us this afternoon to focus on today for the rest of the week or however you so desire is the Dark Mysteries. Enter the chamber of the Dark Goddess. The Dark Goddess calls you to her inner chamber, where she holds a test and a gift for you. The test is your willingness to meet and release the fears within that have been secretly holding you back. The gift is the freedom, peace, opportunity, and prosperity in all its forms. Will you accept her call? Your time for deeper initiation is here. When the Dark Goddess calls you, it is a life-changing experience. It is not always easy, but the rewards for those brave enough to answer her call and enter her inner chamber are tremendous indeed. The rewards are a life lived more fearlessly, the gift of loving and being just who you are in truth without having to impress or bow to another out of fear or rejection. It is a more open and expansive way to live, and it attracts the bounty of the Dark Mother, her gifts of love, opportunity, peace, and prosperity, well-being, and wisdom. It takes a strong soul to go through this test and into the liberation it delivers, but you are ready, dear initiate of light. The Dark Goddess calls you to initiation when you have been working on your own shadow, bringing your whole self to light. During such times, we often need help, as shadow work can be uncomfortable, painful, or just quite difficult to undertake as we are working with unconscious material, trying to bring it into the light of our conscious awareness. Working with the shadow, the parts of us that we've deemed unlovable, or the parts that seem too marvelous to actually be us, requires courage. The Dark Goddess will call you when your own shadow needs healing and integration, when something within is holding you back, when instead, if acknowledged and brought into the light of awareness, it could actually help you move forward. Often the shadow element that needs integration when the Dark Goddess is present is power in some form or other. It may be personal power, spiritual power, or your relationship to power that needs to change for you to blossom and for life and its gifts to manifest more abundantly for you. Becoming more powerful does not necessarily mean gaining force. More often, for advanced souls, it actually means surrendering our will into alignment with the greater forces of divine will, allowing us to consciously participate in the flow of life, sensing the signs and nudges that lead us towards our greatest manifestation of soul this lifetime. Often, when we are reclaiming our power and defining for ourselves what it is to be powerful, we are confronted with fears of loss, failure, abandonment, and rejection. It can be painful at times, but accepting and releasing the pain brings such deep relief and happiness to the self. It is good to confront these fears with a loving and firm approach and to be open to taking risks in growing anyway. This is what Isis, as the Dark Goddess, teaches us: not to be afraid to go into the dark places and the difficult feelings within. They may seem ugly at first, yet if we allow ourselves to go there with some conscious awareness in place, we can realize that these parts of us just need love and acceptance. And those parts that we once reviled often blossom and turn into our greatest assets in a more conscious, helpful version of themselves. We need radical trust to do this inner work and to take her initiation. The Dark Goddess will support and nurture you through her tests as she guides you to receive the gift of more of yourself, no longer shackled in fear and hidden away, but ready to be in the world with brightness and vigor. Entering the chamber of the goddess, followed by the incantation. It's suggested to do this ritual either at night or in a room where you can turn off the lights or pull down the blinds or curtains to create kind of a dark physical space. It doesn't have to be pitch black, but limited lighting will support your ritual process, is what it's suggesting. You'll need a small mirror and just enough light to be able to see your reflection in the mirror. Sit or lay down quietly in a way that's very comfortable for you, where you can be relaxed but still alert and not sleeping. Falling asleep can be healing, but the intention at least is to be responsive in this ritual healing process in a conscious state. Sitting quietly, take your awareness into your heart and feel the warmth and the love there. And feeling that warmth and love, say out loud, I open in unconditional love to my whole self, and ask for healing, grace, and protection from those divine energies that love me unconditionally. Lightly hold the mirror that you have and gaze at your own reflection. Be comfortable and allow yourself to soften your gaze, but really seek to look within your own eyes from a place of love. You deserve this without question. Say to yourself into the mirror, I love you enough to meet the parts of you that have been hidden away in fear, shame, guilt, or anger. I am not afraid of you. I am sorry for any time I have pulled back from you in fear. I am here with you now, and I love you completely. I want you to feel whole and loved. You deserve to feel whole and loved. Will you let me love you in this way with the help of the goddess? Put your mirror down and close your eyes and go into your heart and listen for an answer. If you don't feel an immediate yes or something, then the incantation listed below, I will read out loud that you can recite instead and come back to the ritual again, and over days or weeks until you feel like you've received a response that you are pleased with for your own being. Be patient, trusting and honest, and when you're ready, the healing will happen far more quickly than if you were trying to make it happen before you're ready. If you do feel a yes within you, then continue the incantation ritual that I'll read right now. I'm actually going to pause and read the incantation for those of you who may not feel ready to continue the ritual. So this is going to be the incantation, and I'll continue part 2 of the ritual in a moment for those of you who do feel that yes immediately and are ready to move on. So for those of you who may feel you need more time to find exactly what you need to heal, which is perfectly fine, say the following out loud. Repeat it several times, gain speed each time that you do, and say it with strength as you get used to the words. Feel the energy as you speak these words aloud. And try to stay in your heart, because that's when things are most effective. Sublime Isis, dark and sweet, through you, my hidden self, I meet. I honor this self and accept. No longer do I fear, shame, or reject. You gift me with myself complete, sublime Isis, dark and sweet. So that is the incantation if you don't feel that yes immediately right now, to continue with the ritual. And when you do feel that yes, then you can continue also with part 2. So this is part 2 of the ritual for those of you ready to go on. Say out loud 3 times. I call forth the dark goddess in her form of unconditional love, compassion, healing, and support for my own spiritual growth now. I choose to enter your inner chamber for healing now. With your eyes closed, be aware of her presence in whatever way feels right for you, whether you just barely sense her presence or if it's super obvious and it's like she's standing right here with you. She'll be with you in the most suitable way for you at this particular moment. Perceive that you're going within your heart into a dark and open space. Within that dark, open space, there's a doorway that leads into the inner chamber of the dark goddess. Imagine, sense, or feel yourself stepping through the doorway and into the chamber. It's barely visible, but you can feel your way inside. Rest one hand on your heart, and with the other hand, pick up the mirror again. Hold it, and Gaze softly at yourself into your eyes and say out loud, I love you. Please show me the parts of me that need to be brought to light now. With your softened gaze, let your free hand rest on your heart as you look deep into your own eyes. Just notice, without fear or judgment, whatever you feel. Think, or however you may respond to this loving attention to yourself. You may feel anger, shame, sadness, doubt, deep grief. You may feel a flash of hatred or deep fear or anxiety. You may have many thoughts trying to distract you from really seeing yourself. All of these responses, any response that you might have, is beautiful and perfect and just for you. Keep your hand on your heart and stay calm and just breathe. You don't have to understand. Just stay with your heart and be loving enough of yourself that you allow whatever surfaces to surface without believing it, disbelieving it, analyzing it, or resisting it. Just experience it and then be in your heart. When you are ready, gaze deeply into your own eyes in the mirror and say out loud, I love all parts of me. I let go of shame, guilt, rage, fear, or anger that would hold me back now. I release trapped energy that will help me move forward into wholeness through the unconditional love of the Dark Goddess. When you're ready, put your mirror down and keep your eyes closed. Perceive, sense, or intend that you're moving further into the chamber of the Dark Goddess now, descending deeper and deeper than you ever thought you could go. It becomes so dark that you have no sense if there's endless space or no space at all. It's just pure darkness, but it feels neutral and peaceful. And then you see a light. That light is so beautiful and filled with love. Capture it into your hands and place it into your heart. Feel the warmth filling your heart as your awareness now returns completely to your physical body. And when you're ready, just open your eyes and you're completed with your ritual. And that is for the dark mysteries. Enter the chamber of the Dark Goddess. I feel like this is a really powerful healing for so many multitudes of levels of accepting ourselves. And this is a constant battle that I feel like we are all oftentimes battling. So I feel like this is a beautiful and simple exercise to add a little bit more love of yourself into your heart truly, and keeping it there and exercising that. And say that incantation anytime you feel like that's slipping or you're consciously trying to grasp at it, because being conscious is a huge step, and small energetic movements can make really, 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 really big radiating waves. So I send you an unconditional love and my highest vibrations of light, and until next week, be well.